is Rutledge and Hamilton with Jim Rutledge and Matt Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
I'm going to be honest, I haven't won an event for a minute. You know, I've won a couple national championships, but there's golfers from all over the world here, so I'm counting this as international. I'm going to count this as an international win, just like the Olympic. Feels good, especially to do it in a sport that I'm not that good at.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio. With Matt Hamilton, here's Jim Rutledge.
The champ is back, Jimmy. The champ is back.
Come on, give me full Muhammad
You're
Ali.
welcome.
The champ is here.
You're
the
welcome.
champ is here.
I took my trip to Disney World. I've scheduled that later because I am a dedicated host. I'm back. The champ is back. Let's go.
The mountains were blue down in South Carolina.
And I knew what to do.
And that's Crush, a Coors Light. He's Matt Hamilton, champion of the BMW X7 High Handicap Celeb Division. Congratulations.
Yeah,
Rolled off the tongue.
It was awesome. The weather was incredible down in Greenville, South Carolina, and the pro played pretty well. I had a good start to golf, and I think that kind of carried me forward. I built a 3-stroke lead on day one, and I was able to hold on to it.
Well, congratulations. That's the Corn Ferry tournament that you're in?
Yeah, it's Corn Ferry Tour. It's the BMW Charity Pro-Am.
All righty. The X7 High Handicap Celeb Division.
So I won.
Of people named Matt Hamilton.
You saw the trophy, right?
I did, yes. So tell me about the trophy. Give us some dazzling details.
Yeah, so this trophy is off some sort of BMW, maybe a BMW X7, which is an SUV. So I think they take this rim, they take the wheel, and they cut it in half. And they send it to some artist to paint the spokes a little bit, and then they attach a plaque that says X7 High Handicap Celebrity Division winner, right? And this thing's real. It was when I had to hold it up for photos, we did a lot of photos with, just me and the tournament director, me and my pro, then all of the winners together and their caddies and whatnot. So I was out on this 18th green at the end of Saturday for 20 minutes holding this thing. It's 35, 40 pounds. It is heavy. My arms are sore.
So you're a weakling. So I mean, you're not an athlete
I'm
or
used
anything.
to curling. Just more used to the 12-ounce curls as opposed to maybe 16-ounce curls if I'm really trying to gain some mass. You know what I mean? But I'm not used to those 35-pound trophy holds for so long.
What was the best shot of the weekend for you?
Oh, well, so the old phrase, drive for show, putt for dough. I had a couple drives. There was one downwind one, and I just crushed it. I was teeing off.
Give us the whole
well in
description
front of
here,
my pro.
yeah.
Okay, so it's par 5. I'm teeing off well in front of my pro, and it the course kind of the hole would go down. It curved to the left. There's a tree kind of guarding that corner, and then it kind of straightened back out, and there was the green. The pros, since they were farther back, they all hit it to the right of the tree and then went and attacked the corner. I, being so far forward, being the high handicap division, and fortunately I'm able to bomb the ball off the tee. I tried to carry that tree, and I asked the pro if he's hey, you like that line? He's if you hit it far enough. And this was on the first day, and I just crushed one. And from then on, he was you can hit it far enough. You should be taking driver on every single tee shot. Put yourself in a position. He's I got your back. But once he saw me was able to just crush a drive, he was okay, I think we could do pretty good, which for me is super neat. This pro is playing his own ball, playing in a real tournament. He doesn't need to acknowledge me at all in the least. He made it a point to we were trying to win for us. So if he got a par and I bogeyed or worse, he'd be I got you, partner.
Yeah.
And he was almost wasn't even focused on his score. It was his score would happen if he made sure that me and him were doing well. So it was cool to feel you're in a real golf tournament when I'm just like you and everyone else out there. I'm just an average golfer who got to play in a pro event. It's kind of wild. You'll get some galleries and some people like standing halfway down the hole just off the fairway. It's like, that's my favorite spot to hit my tee shot, is not in the middle. Like, that's not safe. If you guys wanted to like be safe, I would say typically middle fairway, safest spot on the golf course when I'm hitting.
Pressure. And who were some of the celebs with you at this celebrity golf tournament?
So we do remember our friend Andy Buckley.
Yep.
Andy Buckley was there. He asked me, how's John? I told him John's doing well, which if you missed that interview, Andy had called me prior to it and asked me a list of things about Jim Rutledge to maybe get under his skin. And one of the things he came up with was, I'm just going to call him John the entire interview.
People like perfect.
Chris Lane, country star. He actually also put on a concert.
Okay.
And it was pretty good.
No disrespect for him. I just don't know country. So yeah. I'm sure he's a big star.
I mean, I don't know if he's quite like, top level A-list star, but he's pretty big. Anyway, it was a cool show.
Yeah.
Jay DeMarcus from Rascal Flatts was playing in there. Brian Baumgartner played. Todd Gurley was there. Bradley Pinion, new friend, maybe new friend of show.
Okay.
He gave me his number and said he'd be willing to chat with us. If that name doesn't ring a bell, he was the punter that pinned the Packers on inside the 5 against when they were playing the Buccaneers in the championship game. And I believe the Packers went 3 and out and gave the ball right back, and then Brady went down to score a touchdown. It ended up being like a pretty big swing in the game. Bradley Pinion, really great guy, got some insight from him. The guy looks like a tight end or like a linebacker. He's a giant. And when he said he was a punter, I literally laughed at him. I was like, get out of here. You're bigger than Todd Gurley. You look like you could tackle Todd Gurley no problem. And yeah, apparently punter. And those are some of the guys just in my division.
Yeah.
Some of the pros that were good at golf, Seth Curry.
Okay, yeah.
So Steph Curry's brother, Seth Curry, plays for the Nets. He was out there. Can't remember his first name. I want to say his last name's Chef. He was the lead singer of Chicago.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I know the band.
So I don't think he was a part of the original group, but he became a member of the group for 20-some years. And he was a part of that concert as well. Very cool. Larry Fitzgerald was there. Ken Griffey Jr. was there.
Those are just big-time names,
yeah. Roger Wells. Pudge Rodriguez. It was a action-packed tournament, a lot of fun. I got to race some BMW cars on their test track, which is always a good time. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to be out this week next year.
That's a standing out for you. We know all about that. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. You can join the BMW X7 High Handicap Celeb Division champion, Matt Hamilton, July 17th out at Trapper's Turn for the ESPN Madison Open. Go to ESPNMadisonOpen.com. Sign up and hang out with us. Matt Hamilton, Brad Nortman, Chris Orr, Mark Tauscher. I'll be out there, and we're adding more. Alec Ingold will be out there, more celebs as it goes along. So go on ESPNMadisonOpen.com. Sign up for a foursome today. So you had a hell of a weekend.
Yes.
Nick Taylor from Canada knocking down a 70-foot eagle to win the Canadian Open, the first Canadian in forever to win the Canadian Open, had a hell of a weekend.
Absolutely.
We'll get into his friend Adam Hadwin a little later, but that was less than great for him. And then you had Madison native. This is the first question I have for you, Matt Hamilton. You're from McFarland. Do you consider yourself a Madison native?
I typically say I'm from Madison because no one ever, I'll say I'm from McFarland, and then they'll say, where's that? And then I end up saying Madison anyway. So to basically shorten the conversation with a lot of people when asking where I'm from, I do say Madison.
And as you should. I think Madisonians who are drawing these weird lines are trying too hard. You're not Chicago. You're not Boston. You're not New York. There's a large section of people that live in Chicago proper, New York proper. I mean, but Madison is not that big. So for me, on a whole, philosophically, Sun Prairie, Edgerton, Evansville, Oregon.
I just like to lump the 608. If you're in the 608, we're all Madisonians.
Yeah, exactly. It is Madison. That's all Madison. So you and I are on the same page. we're not some sprawling metropolis. We're not Milwaukee here. Like that's something like big cities do. Like you're from Milwaukee.
Yeah, and I think area code things are like there's an elitism to some like area codes, like in New York.
But like if you're from Milwaukee, living in Milwaukee is different than living in Waukesha. Like that's not Milwaukee. But McFarland, you're basically
for all intents and purposes is Madison.
Thank you.
Yes,
so I agree with you.
I agree with you.
We're not a big city. I love Madison. We're not big enough to start drawing lines here. Well, you're not really from Madison if you're in the SP. Get out of here. So Madison area native Steve Stricker won the AmFam championship. First time ever for Steve Stricker to do so. Madison native Jerry Kelly has won it as well. But congratulations to Steve Stricker. That's a heck of a weekend for him, and obviously a ton of money raised for the American Family Children's Hospital, thanks to the folks at American Family Insurance. And then Derek Jeter was out. Michael Phelps was out. Michael Phelps did his famous put the hands behind. Yeah. So he did all of that. Derek Jeter was rocking some great Jordans. And Phelps was rocking some Panda Dunks, I believe, for his or maybe they were Jordan 1s. I'm not sure. Jordan 1s. Okay, so he was rocking those as well. And it was a great time out there. So our first Iron Jock poll question, 844-770-3776. Who had the best golf weekend?
Oh, that's a good question.
Madison native Steve Stricker winning the AmFam championship, Canadian native Nick Taylor winning the Canadian Open, or Madison native Matt Hamilton winning the BMW X7 high handicap celeb division of folks who used to be Olympic curlers. That was the division that Matt Hamilton won. Congratulations to Matt Hamilton.
Have fun typing that one in there, Ryan.
This could be a long tweet, guys. Yeah, it's going to take a while.
That's right. We're used to Strofe.
Now, Matt, right, yes. So we're going to get to what Matt missed while he was out last week. But, Matt, before we go to break here, in all seriousness, congratulations on it. But what was the feeling like when you knew that you were – did you feel pressure when you felt like you were going to maybe pull this off? And what was the feeling like when you actually won it?
Okay, so again, if I was curling, it kind of like to equate this to curling, if you're – in a normal golf tournament, if you're in the lead, you're like the last group to go out. Since I wasn't the premier part of this golf tournament, the amateur division, essentially, between the celebrities and the other amateurs, since we weren't the premier part of it, it didn't matter that I had the lead. Like, I actually ended up teeing off before the person I was competing against in the last round, which happened to be Larry the Cable Guy.
I know the name. I don't know what he's ever been in. I know he's a comedian, though.
He's Mater in all the car movies.
Okay, so I know him from that.
Yeah, he's honestly, I think after the Blue Collar Comedy Tour, he's been a voice actor, and that's where he's been making his bread and butter.
I know Cars. I know Mater. Okay, all right.
So anyway, it was me versus him. His pro was like in 5th or 4th place, so he was going later in the day. So fortunately for me, not being a very good golfer, it wasn't like I had to you're 2 strokes back and you got to catch him, or it's like I knew that I had a 3-stroke lead going in, and I was already 9 holes in by the time he even teed off. So I had built a lead. So it's way easier to build the lead, finish the round, and then let him come to you.
Yeah.
At that point, all you can do is you either win or you tip your cap and say, way to play better than I did today. So that was definitely helping my situation, because I don't know if I would have been able to handle the pressure of having to hit maybe my last putt to win it, So very glad that it didn't come down to that. And honestly, I was super excited, but I brought our resident Colt fan, Derek.
Yeah, saw that.
Friend of show. He is the biggest golf nerd I have ever met. He was more excited than I was, right? And during the trophy presentation, he's standing in the background. I've never seen this guy stand with such good posture in my entire life. Just smile ear to ear. And after they present me my trophy, I kind of walk off to take some pictures. The head of the tournament goes up to him and hands him a watch box. And he's like, okay, I'll give it to Matt when he's done doing photos. He's like, no, this is for you. The winning caddy gets this Citizen Eco Drive chronograph watch. And he just about burst into tears. He was so excited. Yeah. 1, that he doesn't have a cool watch, and 2, that he was the caddy of the winning team and they got a prize as well. I can't even begin to tell you how it was almost more fun for me seeing how excited he was for me and for our situation. So that was probably the highlight of winning, is seeing my caddy just be so excited and giddy about the whole situation.
Happy to have you back, Matt Hamilton. You're looking good today in that Iron Jock shirt. Absolutely.
And I don't just look good. I am feeling fresh and smelling fresh, too. That's because their state-of-the-art Iron Jock Silver Ion technology is guaranteed to keep you feeling fresh and provide odor-fighting protection for as long as you own it. Iron Jock's a Wisconsin-based company, which is why it's obviously going to be a partner here on Rutledge and Hamilton because we love Wisconsin-based things. They provide high-quality performance apparel that's designed from the inside out. Iron Jock provides a combination of superior moisture management, better cooling, static control, stain blocking, and storm-proof water resistance. It's the highest quality fabrics they can get their hands on. You can go to ironjock.com right now and get your Iron Jock apparel today. I believe they still have the code ESPN 25.
Yep, ESPN 25
for 25% off your order. Go to Iron Jock JOC right now. Get some of the best apparel Wisconsin's got to offer. Iron Jock, it's what's inside that matters.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts.
Jim Rutledge here to tell you about X Golf Madison, and the most important thing that you need to know is that X Golf Madison is for everyone. I golf there. Whether you're a seasoned pro, a new golfer, or in between like me, X Golf Madison is going to be fun for you. They have a full bar, excellent service, great food, and the most advanced and accurate golf simulators in the world. You can play one of their 50 courses available, take lessons from a PGA pro, hit the driving range, or even join a league. Stop by their East Madison or Middleton location today, or visit them online at xgolfwisconsin.com.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Leaving for the gym so early?
I'm ready to go.
Since you started taking Nugenix Total T, you've been acting like when we met in our 20s.
I feel like myself again. Lower testosterone after turning 40 slowed me down. Nugenix Total T has been a game changer for me.
What is it about Nugenix Total T that's different?
Well, it's a patented key ingredient called testofen. It boosts free and total testosterone to help you get back the drive and energy from your youth. It's backed by 5 clinical studies.
I've seen the huge difference it's made for you in the gym, at work, and in the bedroom.
I'm so glad I sent them a text for my complimentary bottle. Text LION to 321321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Nugenix is the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now, and we'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever. Absolutely free. Text LION to 321321. That's LION to 321321.
From color-changing alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters, and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind, and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? When you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
And Madison.
Hear that? That's the sound of the 2023 Chevy Silverado and its Turbo Max engine, delivering impressive power with no compromised durability. Whether you're helping friends move or just moving some friends, this is the sound of a family with plenty of rear seat room to enjoy the ride. And this is the sound of you heading to your local Chevy dealer today. Find your Silverado and find new roads. Chevrolet. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Ridgetop Exteriors.
Hey, I'm Matt Hamilton. I just won the BMW Charity Pro-Am, high handicap celebrity division. It's more of an honor to be considered a celebrity than it is to even win this thing, but I'm thrilled, and it's super duper heavy, and it's the coolest trophy out here. So thanks to BMW and thanks to Greenville and Thornblade for everything you guys did. The fans were amazing. Keep it electric for the golfers tomorrow.
The champ is back.
What a professional sounding interview.
All that broadcasting school, a.k.a. Rutledge and Hamilton, has paid off for Matt Hamilton. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light, live from the Everlight Solar studio. And Matt,
do I get to consider myself a multi-sport athlete now?
Yeah, absolutely.
That qualifies me.
Look
Ryan,
out,
you
Bo
think
Jackson.
so too?
Oh, certainly. I mean, Olympian and professional and celebrity professional golfer too.
Celebrity
Maybe that's the
professional
biggest deal. Is
golf
the
champ.
celebrity
Right.
aspect. I mean, come on.
I know, right? Big time celebrity Matt Hamilton.
Oh yeah.
A-lister in Greenville, South Carolina for 1 week a year. I'm telling you, it's incredible. So the last 3 years, they always provide you with an X5, and they give you the option of a volunteer driver, or you can just get it and basically be the driver. Well, obviously, the mountains are normally blue, so I would prefer the driver. Well, I've had the same guy now for 3 years. Awesome guy. But he's like at your beck and call. I was like, oh, done with my round of golf today. Come pick me up at the course. Let's go to a bar and get something to eat and a beer. And I'd go do that. He'd hang out and maybe have lunch with us. And then it's so cool to really get that like red carpet celebrity like experience when I get to come back home. Jenny didn't roll out any red carpet. She never offered to drive me anywhere when we got back.
You had to drive yourself here today?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. And like we went to a friend's birthday party yesterday. She didn't even offer to drive. I just went for the back seat, and she's like, what are you doing?
Let's get out to the talk and text line 844-770-3776.
So Dave in Deerfield chimes in saying, Matt, so happy for you. Maybe his high school friend Henry Diane will buy you dinner, or maybe you can buy us lunch, just saying. I think Dave in Deerfield has been looking for a free lunch for a while.
Wait, if this is the Dave in Deerfield, there's one that wants to buy us lunch.
Yes, it's his name on the talking text line is Dave in Deerfield, who wants to get lunch.
Yeah, he wants to take us out for lunch. We do have to take him up on that offer.
Yes.
Now,
Vintage is right here.
Right.
I'm back.
Yes, he's
for
back,
a minute.
baby.
We're back for a minute now. I don't even want to look at my calendar to confirm that.
Well, the Ted Lasso calendar right outside my desk area is empty for June, but I would imagine that's probably an error.
We'll see. We'll find out. Waka waka.
Well, because Matt has gone so long, we've started a new segment when Matt has gone for more than a few days. What Matt missed.
Yeah, so we have had a few takes while Matt was gone. So first off, we'll go back to last Wednesday, and Strofe and Jim talked about Jordan Love. He had some struggles over at OTAs, but Jim asked Strofe what his worry meter was for Jordan Love. Here is the clip.
Hey, I'm Matt Hamilton. I just won the BMW Charity Pro-Am.
Just kidding. Not that one. It's this one.
That's so good.
This is nothing to panic about. This is nothing to panic.
Nothing to panic about.
Oh, but
It is something to keep an eye on.
You don't crank the panic meter up from like 0. Where were you before this?
July, I will crank the panic meter.
What is your panic meter
I
about?
don't know what he could do in OTAs that would make me go, holy crap, this guy, holy stinks. This is going to be a horrible year.
Well, he would not have any ups.
So, Matt, what do you think? There were some struggles with Jordan Love. He had some fluttering balls in the red zone.
Well,
Jim.
and so I described it as a roller coaster to Jason Wilde. He said, I mean, I guess, but there wasn't that many highs.
Right.
And then Matt LaFleur had quotes. It sounded like Matt Nagy talking about Mitch Trubisky. That's how he got there. So I just basically set it up. Hey, man, if you were at like a 0, would you kick it to like a 1? Like, would you kick it up a little bit? Not freak out, but like, would you kick it up a little bit? That was the premise of the question.
Right. And I feel like in typical Stroh fashion, took it a little over the top.
Dug his heels in.
Not at all. Well, it does worry me a touch. The thing is, I have a fairly low bar for Jordan Love and what I'm expecting from him. So to hear that he's still getting his feet under him in his first time going to be the starter, regardless of his time that he's been around and been in this organization, this is the first time he's been in this situation and has had, and even though it's OTAs and stuff, there's pressure on him to perform right now. Fans want to see it. Reporters want to report on a positive showing from Jordan Love. There is still pressure on this guy. So I don't have any problem with him still getting comfortable with his new role on this football team as the leader and driver of the offense. So I'll kick it up to a 1 because he is going to be the starter next year no matter what. There's not even a question about it. And if he's not looking super crisp yet, yeah, that's a little bit, but I'm not by any means getting close to panicking.
Next.
All right, so the next day after that, Jim was in here with Jesse Nelson and Colin Russo stepping in for you, who stepped in for Alex Strofe. Alex Strofe, who stepped in for you. And they talked about a question from Willie Tausch host Mark Tauscher about where the Packers would stand in the NFC power rankings. And this was the question Jesse asked about Packers fans, where they consider the Packers are in the NFC North standings.
How many Packers fans feel the same way Tausch does? How many Packers fans would say that the Packers are on the same tier or a better tier than every team in the NFC North? Because Tausch's big assertion today is that when you look at the NFC North, the Bears are a team that's on the up but still a lot of room to grow. The Vikings have gotten worse in a similar sense that the Packers have this offseason. The Lions, while stock was up at the end of the season, are still a very unproven winning culture team. Tausch thinks the Packers have as good a chance as any in the NFC North to win the division title this year. How many Packers fans do you think feel the same way?
So, Matt, how do you feel about the Packers in the NFC North specifically?
Well, I definitely don't think they're favorites to win the division.
No, they are not.
I think I still like the Vikings because they're the most proven. And then I would probably have the Packers just edging out Justin Fields and the Bears. And the only reason I say that is because Justin hasn't taken that next step yet. He showed great signs last year, and it looks like he's poised to take that next step. And I am going to leave myself open to reevaluate this. I think the Packers are in third. I like what the Lions did at the end of last season. I think they got their culture rolling in the right direction. Until Justin Fields has a couple breakout games and shows that he has taken that next step, I'm not ready to give them that spot ahead of the Packers. But I think it's no doubt the Vikings, and I probably would put the Lions just edging out the Packers.
See, I'll go Lions, Vikings. I'll give you the Packers. Your logic's funny, though, because Jordan Love has done bupkiss, so he has 0 steps on the ladder towards greatness. But
for sure,
I'm not going to argue on it. I think those two teams, I think Chicago and Green Bay are on the same tier. I think
I would agree with that.
I think injuries, it'll be one mitigating factor between those two, leveling it out. Then the other one will be Fields is at the point where he needs to take another jump. Will he take it?
Yeah, I think another big difference is going to be that turnover differential. If whatever team has a better turnover differential, I think is going to end up finishing better in the division. If the Bears aren't safe with the ball, they're going to be the last spot. And if the Packers aren't safe with the ball, they could easily find themselves down there as well.
Yes, and last week while you were away, the perhaps most heated debate was not about Jordan Love or about the Packers, but about the topic of chocolate and candy was actually the most recurring conversation.
Interesting.
So I'll just go ahead and play the clip between Strofe and Jim from last Wednesday.
Chocolate is candy.
But I think the clear differentiator is, do you want...
There's not a differentiator. That's like saying strawberries or fruit. Which one would you rather have, strawberries or fruit?
But no, it's not the same.
Yes, it
Would you rather
is.
have vegetables
That's
or
exactly
grapes?
what you're doing right now.
When I say candy, what comes to your mind?
Chocolate.
No. So when I say candy, like Jolly Ranchers, Skittles.
That's fruit candy.
Suckers, things like that come to mind.
And that's the stuff I like, right? Like I like
think we're
Starburst
talking
and
more
Skittles.
like Pepsi or Coke, not like a chocolate. I think that's like they're all cola.
This is a horrible take.
No, it's a correct take.
No, it's not.
Pepsi
Chocolate
and Coke,
is candy.
Pepsi and Coke are both cola. They're different. So we looked it up. Chocolate store or candy store owners differentiate. Even though confectionaries, they differentiate. There's chocolate and there's candy.
Right.
So, like, the people that are in the business differentiate. And by the way, a Butterfinger is called a chocolate bar. Snickers calls it a chocolate bar. On their website, they call it chocolate bars. We locally call it candy bars, but those places call it chocolate bars.
Interesting. Okay.
So that's where. So, like, that's why I said, like, I'm right on this.
So, yeah, and here's the thing. I'm going to kind of hedge between the two of you because I kind of think you're both right. I do think that chocolate is a type of candy, and it's kind of like the whole situation. A square is a rectangle, but a rectangle is not a square. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
because there's certain rules for it and naming rules. Chocolate is chocolate. It needs a cacao bean to be considered chocolate. That doesn't mean chocolate can't be candy. So, like, I think candy is like a larger like umbrella, and chocolate is almost like a subcategory of candy. Now, I am with you. When I think candy, I don't necessarily think chocolate bar. I'm kind of thinking more of the fruit candies like Strope was mentioning. But so that's I'm kind of in the middle.
Like a Lindt or a Lindor chocolate. What is that? Whatever that brand.
Lindor truffle.
Yes. Yeah, that's
or a Lindt.
Yeah, maybe that's technically
Lindt.
So my whole point is, and we're on the same page. Is yes, like technically it has sugar in it. It's qualified as a candy, but like colloquially we refer to
we do call them candy bars.
But also like I want chocolate or I want candy.
Yeah,
and that's
when
how
I'm
people
vibing for something sweet, like it is one or the other. It's not like I just need something that's sweet. It's like I either want chocolate or I want like some Smarties or Skittles or whatever.
And it all the impetus was we were at the store and my daughter was like, do I want M&Ms or Skittles? They're the same. I said, well, no.
Mix them together and tell me they're the same.
So that's kind of where it all really started from there. So, alrighty.
All right, so we had one final one that connects back to the first segment about Steve Stricker and his win at the AmFam Championship. So this is a question Jesse Nelson asked Alex Strofe, who guest appeared on Rutledge and Hamilton on Friday. I'll go ahead and play the clip for you.
How many strokes would you need Steve Stricker to give you in order for you to beat him in a round of 18 holes?
I'm legitimately debating in my head right now, internal battle, if it's 2 or 3 digits. I think it's probably 65 or 70 strokes. I wish I was joking.
So how about you, Matt? How many strokes would you need Steve Stricker to give you after your big win down on the Corn Ferry Tour?
Ooh, and are we playing University Ridge? Same course?
Sure. For argument's sake, let's say University Ridge.
Okay, well, that is the course I play league at and would definitely feel the most comfortable playing Steve Stricker, I feel like, right now.
Look at this guy.
Yeah.
He wins the BMW X7 high handicap select division. Now he's getting ready to take on Steve Stricker on his home course.
I have an established handicap at University Ridge, and they would tell me that according to how I play in league, that I would need 14 strokes to at least give him a run. Because if you're assuming Steve Stricker, he's probably going negative. He's probably going to go -3 or 4. But if you're assuming he's going to be a 1 or like scratch golfer, for me to be scratch, I need 14 strokes. So maybe if he's going to go, if he thinks he's going to go 3 under, I'd need 17 strokes to give him a run.
Okay.
So I'm going to say 17.
Perfect.
Do you think I could do it? I think Strofe beats Steve Stricker with 70. I think
Strofe needs 100.
But here's the thing.
I think he needs 100.
If Strofe has the yips and we're counting legit, because that hole where he had legitimately 9 misses, those count as strokes.
Yes.
Like technically.
You don't think he'd get the yips playing with Stricker?
On his home course?
A home course is loose, guys. His home course is Edgerton Town Country Club.
Okay.
And then he's lived on
TPC,
Wisconsin or Cherokee for all the older people like me and Jim.
Yes. Now, what I do know is that you're always champion, and you're good friends at Revive Restoration and Josh Duggan over there, who sometimes golf with you at U Ridge. Big fans of Matt Hamilton, but you're a fan of them, whether you need them or not. Revive Restoration, when you do need them, they're the ones you want to go to.
Exactly, because nobody plans for an accident to happen, but when it does, you should know what you need to do, and what you need to do is get the Revive Pros and Revive Restoration on the line. From things like smoke damage, water damage, fire, storm damage, and a whole lot more, Revive Restoration has your home covered 24/7, 365 days a year. You can count on Revive Restoration to be professional, efficient, and detail-oriented as they make things right again. 60% of businesses that have an accident aren't able to make it back. Don't let that happen to you. If you've got an accident in your business or an accident at your home residence, Revive Restoration can help you out. You can go online to revivepros.com or call Revive Restoration today. Remember, Revive Pros have your back 365, 24/7.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt.
The GRB Rays have established themselves as one of the top baseball programs in the Midwest and the country. Looking for a team to play for in the spring and summer of 2024? Rays tryouts begin in July and August, and sign-ups are open now. Since 2010, the Rays have developed over 370 college players, including over 140 players committed to Division I baseball and 17 MLB draft picks. Rays Baseball. Raise your game.
A year from now, the U.S. Open will return to Pinehurst Resort and Donald Ross's masterpiece, Pinehurst No. 2. Named by the USGA as the U.S. Open's first anchor site, Pinehurst is home to 9 championship golf courses, the Cradle Short Course, and 4 historic hotels. Before the game's best players are faced with the famed turtleback greens that Ross nestled into the sandhills of North Carolina, you can test your game against one of the world's best courses. At Pinehurst, it is someone's U.S. Open every day. Visit pinehurst.com now to plan your stay.
The original hard iced tea started in 2001 in Cincinnati, Ohio. For Twisted Tea, the dream was simple. Brew a refreshing tea with flavors everyone loves and add a twist. With endless styles such as half and half, blueberry, peach, mango, and raspberry, you can always keep it twisted. Find Twisted Tea near you at twistedtea.com/locations. America parties with tea. Must be 21 or older to enjoy.
Listen to Rutledge and Hamilton every Thursday at 2:45 for your chance to win a case of Twisted Tea's limited edition party pack. The summer party pack features the original half and half and peach flavors along with a new limited edition flavor, Twisted Tea Rocket Pop. The new style combines the flavors of the classic Rocket Pop popsicle, lemon lime cherry, and blue raspberry, punched up with a taste of authentic hard iced tea. Listen every Thursday at 2:45 for your chance to win some free beer, or in this case, some free Twisted iced tea. That's 2:45 every Thursday.
Hey Madison, it's Dan Andrews from Simon Chevrolet in Mount Horeb. By now you know that you're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Simon Chevrolet in Mount Horeb. But what is a better buying experience? It's a car buying experience that is custom to what you want and need. We can be your trusted expert, or we can be hands-off until you're ready to purchase. If you're in the market for a new or new to you Chevy truck or SUV, make the short drive to Simon Chevrolet in Mount Horeb and see the difference a better buying experience can make.
Celebrate the opening of the McKenzie Regional Workforce Center, benefiting the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County. The annual White Attire Party is back on Saturday, July 15th at the brand new McKenzie Center in Fitchburg, the largest youth skilled trade center in southern Wisconsin. Enjoy a full evening of entertainment, dancing, food and drinks, plus tours of the center. Tickets will go fast, so don't wait. Visit bgcdc.org/WP. That's the White Party, July 15th, benefiting the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County.
Matt Hamilton here to tell you signups are now open for the inaugural ESPN Madison Open. Head to ESPNMadisonOpen.com to purchase your foursome today. The ESPN Madison Open tees off July 17th at Trappers Turn. We've partnered with Coors Light and the Catch Foundation for this exclusive event, and you can experience it too. You'll enjoy food, drinks, swag, and while getting in 18 holes with Wisconsin sports stars like me. But spots are limited. Head to ESPNMadisonOpen.com. That's ESPNMadisonOpen.com to sign up now.
Hi, I'm Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock with Retirement Income Strategies. And what sets us apart is we're an independent, family-run office. We help clients like you understand the financial world and build a portfolio that's in your best interest. To learn more, go to MadisonMoneyGuy.com.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Carbon World Health.
Mark your calendar, folks. June 17th, that's this weekend. The World Naked Bike Ride is coming to Madison, Wisconsin.
What?
Press and other spectators are advised that the designated viewing area for the World Naked Bike Ride is the Lake Shore Path in Brittingham Park. The estimated arrival time will be at 11:45. All are asked to be polite and respectful and to maintain a safe distance from the cyclist.
What's that mean?
Photographers and journalists are requested to respect the ride participation and refrain from following them onto private property before and after the event.
Is it too late to sign up?
Well, this is my secondary Iron Jock poll question. Which one of the three of us is the most likely to do the naked bike ride?
It's between me and Matt.
844-770-3776.
It would take a lot of money
Really?
to get me naked on a
So
bike.
it's funny you bring this up because probably 2 years ago, around this time, because it's when this happened, I was filling in for Jim on what was then the Jump Around with Jim Rutledge. And I believe it was Alex Gravatt, one of our producers, Alex G., who brought this up to me. And I said, you know, while I live in Madison, I've got to do this at some point. Because it sounds so ridiculous. It sounds like something I would do for S's and giggles. Now, I'm busy this Saturday, unfortunately. But this sounds like a blast.
So 844-770-3776. The World Naked Bike Ride is coming through Madison.
So is it fully nude?
So I got a story for you
I'm
on this
sure
in a second.
you have the option because I can't imagine it would be very super comfortable on the seat. Maybe
Right,
you'd see,
that's what I'm thinking about.
I don't like riding
shorts.
a bike in general because it's uncomfortable.
Right.
Let alone naked.
It might be more comfortable if you're naked, though. You have more room to adjust rather than the constraints of pants, you know?
Yeah, but like, what happens if you hit like a bump or like the wrong, like, so you know what I mean? Like, this is the question I have that, I mean, if you fall.
Just close it up, buddy.
What happens if you fall?
Squeeze.
I mean, if you fall, you're
You go
done.
in full protect mode, right?
Squeeze.
Yeah.
Tuck and roll.
Literally.
Yeah. Different areas than you're used to, yes.
Right. This is Rutledge and Hamilton. Matt Hamilton, Jim Rutledge with you. Alex Strofe in here as well for this segment. You're filling in on Scalzo and Brust a little bit later. We're live from the Everlight Solar Studio. 844-770-3776. Which one of the three of us is most likely to do the World Naked Bike Ride? And that'll be our secondary Iron Jock poll question. That is up at Jim and Matt. We are on TikTok as well. So wave to the folks there, fellas. But
Hi, TikToks.
Hey, Tiki-Taki.
I, as a good dad,
where is this going?
I've brought the kids to that park before.
During this?
So the first time it came through, I didn't know it was a thing.
Oh, no.
So we were down there. There is a great playground at this said park. It's new. The kids have played
I bet
at it.
every butthole in America's been on those slides.
So,
well, it's not the world slide race. It's a bike
They don't
race.
get to pause and go play on the playground naked with the children around. This is a bike ride.
Yeah,
so
it's true. That was the viewing area. They ride
Right.
by it.
So
They're not stopping at the park.
So it is probably about.
Isn't that a federal offense?
Well, you have to be an actual criminal, and so
Yeah, but you can't be naked in a park.
well,
they're not. They're riding past the park.
right. So here's how to set. It's maybe
This is unbelievable.
200 yards away. That's where the shore, the North Shore. Kind
Oh,
of,
okay. Decent distance.
Yes. So like it was more of I look and I see people riding by initially, and the kids are playing, and then I was like, they're not wearing any clothes. What is happening? And then I look on Twitter or social media, and I'm like, oh. And it was too far away, and the kids were even younger then. They weren't interested, nor was I. So it was more just like averting your eyes.
So you have never told them what they saw that day?
No, they have no idea. Nor have I know if I've told my wife that our children were adjacent to the World Naked Bike Ride. But yeah, so it's really honestly, I view it more as, and I guess the Maybe we guess Alex
I
would
do
go
want to clarify for Alex. I do think this would be illegal if it wasn't like a sanctioned ride
Correct.
like
Right.
this.
Yes. Yes.
Because you asked, like, is
Yeah,
that
you can-
illegal? I'm like,
But
yeah,
yeah.
Alex, I would not recommend
I
like
guess if-
riding your bike
We're not
home
going to have a Rutledge
today
and Hamilton naked
Yeah.
bike ride through Madison.
Yeah, you're
You think we
definitely
can get
not.
that sanctioned if we win Best of Madison?
I'm not doing it. So
I'm going to be gone.
vote
that
for
week.
us. Vote for us, Best of Madison, and then maybe Strofe will ride naked. Will you ride naked if we win Best Radio Team in Madison?
No, I do not want that.
I gotta get
Strofe,
it.
why not?
I
I
gotta
will
get it
pull
passed.
against us if that's the case. If that's something that I
Well,
would
he
have to
wants-
witness.
We don't have to go.
Okay,
Alex
fair.
can just go.
Okay,
Yeah.
if it's just Alex on his own and there's no affiliation with me,
TikTok live
I'm in.
stream. Just keep it above the waist.
Oh man! So are you going? Is that what you're busy doing this week?
No. I have a grad party, so I'll be occupied.
Matt, you're not going to go?
No.
I honestly
I am
view it-
around, but I'm going to try and find a
So
way
I-
to make plans
Yeah,
somewhere far away.
I honestly view the press release as more like a warning.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, by the way,
This is going on.
There's a bunch of
Avoid
naked
the
people
area.
riding
But
through.
I wonder what participation they get. So how many people are signing up and actually riding in this? If it's the World Naked Bike Ride, I mean, I imagine there's people coming from all over loony towns, right, across the country. But B, what is the spectatorship like? Right? How many people are actually going out of their way to take this
That's
in?
another 844-770-3776. Who are you bringing to like cheer you on?
Well, what do you fall as like classification of a human being if you're going to spectate that? Are you a creep?
First date?
Are you supportive?
Cheer you on?
Are
Well, here's the
you
thing.
like what are you?
I don't know.
I
But, like,
kind of
Matt-
lean creep.
Now, can I ask you this question?
It depends.
Unless you have a friend in it that you're
Yeah,
actually
right.
cheering
Exactly.
on, like I think you're creep.
I'm not cheering either one of you on. Now, here's the thing, though.
Fake friend.
I wouldn't want, like, and I've been working out at Cardboard World Health, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. Like, I feel like I look good. Best I looked in a while. I still don't want to, I still don't want my wife to see me riding a bike. It's not like it's attractive to, like, ride a bike naked. It's not even like, I wouldn't want her to come watch me ride bike, all sweaty and worn out and be like, just, around a bunch of other naked people. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't want anyone to come watch me.
No, 100%.
If ESPN magazine, the body issue, gave you a phone call, Jim.
Yeah.
And I'm not asking your price.
Yeah.
I'm asking if you would do it.
You know what? I mean, thanks to the folks at Cardboard World Health. I mean, I take the semaglutide. I'm down to 198.
Good for you.
10% body fat.
It's getting close to my weight.
I am looking good. I'm a lean, mean, body magazine type body machine.
Naked biking machine.
Thanks to my friends at Cardboard World Health. You can go to cardboardworldhealth.com and ask them about semaglutide for you. I would possibly, but it wouldn't be enough money for me. It would be like, if it was like raising money for something, I might consider it.
Okay, so there'd have to be a charity aspect for Jim Rutledge to pose naked, is what you just told me.
I think so, yeah. Yeah.
It's a hell of a way to spin that.
You know, our friend Chris Plies has been in that issue.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
Your
back
teammate.
before 2012 when he was the alternate, or 2010 when he was the alternate on Schuster's team.
Mm-hmm.
He was invited out to New York to do a ESPN The Body issue.
Did you get the invite?
Are you kidding me? They're not looking to see that.
We would have these.
Hey, nobody
sad-
wants to see that, Jim.
You know how they have like fireman calendars?
I was
We
just
would
about
have
to
the-
say we should
we'd-
have a Rutledge and Hamilton calendar.
It would sell 4 copies.
Who?
We literally couldn't
I
give it
can't
away.
even think of 4 people that would buy it. My wife wouldn't buy it.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I don't think my
Right?
girlfriend
Like,
would buy
I
it.
don't think we're selling 4 copies.
She sees too much as is, right? So
Yes.
I don't think she needs a calendar.
Strope with his door open policy, the door open pooping policy.
It's
Look,
ODDP,
let's be
open
honest,
door dumping policy. Yeah.
All of our significant others have asked us, just turn off the lights, please. Like, so they're not buying the calendar. They're like, just go ahead and turn off the lights.
Yeah.
Turn off the lights. Yeah.
I've seen enough.
Yeah.
I don't need to see anymore.
Huh. It's weird how similar yet different our lifestyles are, isn't it?
Except 2 of us are not considering at all riding in the World Naked Bike.
I would like to do it at some point, but maybe like when I'm like 65 years old.
There's a freedom that, like,
You don't want to get anything caught in the chain if you're that old.
That's a great point.
but there is a
Great
freedom at
point.
some point of like, you just don't give a flip of like, whatever. I'm old and naked now. Like,
Yeah, right. And that's what I think I'll
Be
be
like that. Strope's gonna be that guy at the beach, that like old dude with the gray beard that wears a Speedo.
Yes.
Well, I think you guys will be shocked when I tell you I pretty much already don't give a damn about my appearance. I know that's shocking to both of you.
In other news, sky blue,
Yeah,
grass
right.
green.
Right. So that's why I think I'd be right for this. I feel like I'd fit in. I'd be amongst my people who just don't give a damn about the judgment of others.
Right, because if you are riding a bike naked, this is not at all about looking good.
No.
This is not.
This is about self-confidence and self-love and knowing that you're enough, and also you know how to ride a bicycle. You're proving that you don't care what you look like and you know how to ride a bike. That's what this is. And I love it. I'm all for it.
I mean, the tandem bike.
Can we get a try for the three of us?
That's the one.
Then Matt's in.
Might be a little human centipede though.
No.
Oh,
easy, Alex.
Only if we fall.
Sadler chiming in on Twitter saying he wanted to see all three of you guys participating in this bike ride. And so far, the early poll results have actually Matt running away with this one. Only 7 votes, but he has 9 votes now. Matt has 5 of them. Strofe has 3. Jim with a singular vote.
I imagine it'll continue that way. I think people view Matt as just like a free spirit, doesn't care.
I'm just slightly more... I care a little bit more than that.
And I think you care a little bit more than me, is what we're realizing here.
When it comes to appearance, yeah.
Which is shocking to me.
Well, because I've got an appearance that I'm about from the Olympics. I
looking
created,
kind of homeless, yeah.
I don't know about that. Maybe like slightly scruffy and debonair, but I don't know about homeless.
Dead by God.
Yeah.
Hit a Joker. Fight it out.
I mean, it's it's your own describing words. You're entitled to your opinion. But
it's just like your opinion, man.
I think that I established like a Matt Hamilton at the last 2 Olympics I played at. So yeah, I try and maintain that image, and I'm not. And I think that's the reason this voting is going that way. Is that image might be like Matt would totally go for a naked bike ride. He'd probably do it with a bunch of Coors Light and like a fanny pack.
There you go.
So you can just like fire them out.
So,
or like the bandolier. You ever see those that can hold the beers? It's
Yes.
like it's like a.
But then you're not
sash that
naked.
you can
But then
run.
you're not
You're
naked.
like Chewbacca then.
Well, I mean,
A little bit like Chewbacca.
there would have to be some sort of like barrier. I'm pretty sure if I was going to do that ride, I don't think I could do it completely naked. I just don't think the rubbing would work
Have you ever
the right
worn
way.
a Speedo?
Yes, I own 2.
Do you enjoy them?
No,
Wearing them, I should say.
no, I don't.
So why do you own 2?
They were a gift from a ridiculous company that makes
let me
ridiculous stuff.
rephrase the question. Have you worn a Speedo?
I mean, for the lulls after I got that Speedo, yeah.
Look,
it's like denim.
Jen, that's
So,
it. Like,
get
that's
this.
what he's getting
The
at.
Speedo is like.
I don't think that's what he's
It's
getting
like
at.
denim look. No, I think I wore it like into a party for like 10 minutes.
Exactly.
It was like
it sounds like he's doing it for his buds more so than his wife.
Yeah,
'Cause
no,
again,
for the lulls.
Turn off the lights.
You're doing
turn
it
off the
for the
lights.
lulls, the LOLs, right? So that's what I'm kind of here for. Sometimes the bit's more important than my pride.
I tend to agree with that 1,000,000%.
Yeah, none of us have
Everybody's
any
ego takes a shot on
pride
this show.
on this show. But do you think we'd do better than Wilde and Tausch for a calendar?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah.
We wouldn't do better than Scalzo and Brust.
No.
Yeah, we would.
You think so?
No.
I think we would be the best-selling ESPN Madison show.
For calendar? Oh,
Prep Mania. You're a cross show. It's about Prep Mania.
The Dean Dennis Semrau.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean,
yeah, done.
well, I know which one wins.
Done deal, yeah.
Was Scott's College Game Day? You're on that one, too. You're in a lot.
Now,
I got the Alex Strofe calendar.
I'm in. Get a photographer to shoot it. I will sell an Alex
Is that
Strofe
you,
calendar.
Nortman, and Orr? Is that what we call that?
Yeah, that one might have a shot.
That one might
Now,
do well.
I'm by far the least good-looking man on that show, but I think it's still worth a shot.
It's weird he didn't say that about our show.
It's a given.
I'm the best-looking guy on this show.
Adult film stars Matt Hamilton.
You're the nicest boy on this show. Absolutely.
Thank you, bud.
There you go. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light, a finalist for Best of Madison Radio Team. Vote at channel3000.com. People really like this show. Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
This Badger Minute brought to you by the Clean Lakes Alliance's 11th annual Loop the Lake Bike Ride. Join the fun this June 17th and register today at cleanlakesalliance.org. The Big Ten has released its football schedule for 2024, and the Badgers will certainly not have an easy road. The Badgers will host Alabama in the first of a 2-year home-and-home series on September 14th of 2024, and will also travel to USC in the Trojans' first year in the Big Ten. Other notable games include road trips to both Iowa and Michigan, and Wisconsin will host both Penn State and Minnesota. Find the full slate of games for both 2024 and 2025 over at ESPNWisconsin.com.
Pella's window and door design options are virtually limitless. Customize your order by August 31st and you could bundle and save big at PellaWI.com.
Wild Rock Golf in the Wisconsin Dells, a must-play every golf season. Wild Rock Golf features championship golf in the heart of Wisconsin. Wild Rock, a Herdston Fry masterpiece that's cut from the natural beauty of the Wisconsin Dells and offers stunning views from elevated tee boxes. Wild Rock presents spectacular greens that roll fast and true. Wild Rock Golf in the Wisconsin Dells, a unique gem that offers a challenge to avid golfers of all abilities. Book your tee time today for this must-play at wildrockgolf.com, wildrockgolf.com.
Olson Toon has been customizing both residential and commercial outdoor living spaces since 1997. Matt Hamilton here from ESPN Madison. For over 50 years of combined experience in their management and design teams, Olson Toon has become one of Wisconsin's premier building and landscaping outdoor living firms. Landscaping and maintenance, irrigation, concrete work, pools, and more. If you have an outdoor living need, Olson Toon is here to help. Go to olsontoon.com to get started on your home project today. That's olsontoon.com.
Listen to Madison Money Guy every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN and ESPNWisconsin.com.
I like to refer to inflation as the silent killer. It's an invisible risk. It's just the idea that things get more expensive over time. You're going to need milk and eggs when you're in your early 60s and when you're in your early 80s. You're going to get a loaf of bread, and it's going to be more expensive 20 years from now.
Christian Finfrock is the Madison Money Guy. Call him today at 208-1800.
If you're looking for a special piece of jewelry for any occasion, Condon Jewelers is always there for you. Condon Jewelers has the best selection of jewelry you'll ever find and guaranteed to have the lowest prices in the Madison area. Free shipping is always available. Visit CondonJeweler.com or call 241-3406 and ask for Jim, the owner, who's at the store every day. Shop locally. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Show us your Guinness, Wisconsin. You could be golfing for free.
It's in the hole!
Guinness wants to send you to the course with Dad. Tee Off with Dad is going on now, and you could win a round of golf for two this summer at the Bridges Golf Course or the Meadows of 6 Mile Creek. Stop by and enjoy a pint at LJ Sports Tavern, Danny's Pub, Echo Tap, or Nitty Gritty Downtown. While there, scan the QR code to enter. It's Tee Off with Dad from Guinness. Good things come to those who wait.
Join us at the Madison Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns, June 16th to 25th. Visit and get inspired. Go to MadisonParadeOfHomes.com and purchase your tickets today.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Do you think these guys were wearing Iron Jock when they made this song? Because they're feeling so fresh and so clean?
Oh, absolutely. Ain't nobody so fresh and so clean as Matt Hamilton.
Wearing my Iron Jock.
Jeff in Janesville chimes in. A calendar would only work if you get all good karma stations represented. So let's not forget the good folks up at WBEV. Get Uncle Bill into that. Uncle Bill is a radio host up in Beaver Dam who I think he's been doing it about 50, 60 years. So
nice.
He's got a following.
Nice. No, he might win.
One of our interns had a good idea for our calendar. Chrissy said we should lean into it. Like, you ever see awkward family photos?
Mm-hmm.
So like do like weird backdrops.
Or like a weird like prom photo where it's like me holding Stroph's waist,
right? Yeah.
like in front of some weird backdrop.
Yeah, like and then you can have but then you always do those weird special effects. So, like my face could like be in the background, but it's like superimposed.
Right.
Yeah. So like we could do awkward family photos, but like awkward show photos calendar.
I dig that.
I think that works better for us. Bill McCullum is who Jeff in Janesville is talking about. Of course, we love Uncle Bill. on Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. And the question we have out there, who on the show is most likely to participate in the World Naked Bike Ride? Right now, it is 56%. Matt Hamilton, 37%.
Running away with it.
Alex Strofe, I'm in there at 6%. I take...
you definitely... The people know you.
Yeah.
Like, they got Jim Rutledge 100% know his vibe.
People like me.
I appreciate it. People like me, and they don't want to see me.
They don't want to see you naked.
Exactly, and I'm fine with that. The other question we had here, who had the best golf weekend? Madison native Steve Stricker for winning the AmFam Championship, Canadian Nick Taylor for winning the Canadian Open, or Matt Hamilton winning the celeb division of the at BMW Charity Pro-Am. Right now, Matt Hamilton is dead last.
What?
Nick Taylor in at number 1 at 47%, Steve Stricker in at number 2 at 29%, and then Matt Hamilton in at 24%.
I'm going to text this to Jerry Kelly and see what his take on this is.
I please do.
I'm going to send him this tweet and see if he doesn't respond.
See if Jerry will come on and talk. He played well. He finished strong, actually. I believe last I looked, he was maybe 7 or 8 under. He had a nice final day. It was an interesting day out there. Kyle Montgomery made a little run earlier in the day. Yeah,
I saw that. I was a little worried for Steve there because it looked like Colin might be able to pull it off.
Steve was dialed in. It was really fun to be a part of, and I hung out there all weekend. It was a good time. It was really fun to see Jeter and Phelps. Jeter almost knocked down a putt similar to the one that Taylor knocked down, a 72-foot putt. I would say that Jeter put it maybe within 5 feet of the hole. It was a pretty good putt. From really far out on the back end. Basically, he could not have been much further away on the green from the hole and almost put it in there. So he did a great job over at U Ridge, and it was a great time out there for those folks. We will be right back at it. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
Brunch is back at all the Madison area Great Dane pubs. Every Saturday and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Enjoy a robust brunch menu, ranging from the classic Daner's breakfast to the playa burrito, and everything sweet and savory in between. And featuring specialty mimosas, cocktails, and mocktails, it's everything you'd expect from brunch at the Great Dane. Check it out on Saturdays and Sundays at your favorite spot, downtown, Hilldale, Fitchburg, or East Madison. For more information, head to greatdanepub.com/brunch. Pick your pub and let's do brunch.
Hey, this is former Badger Brad Norton.
It's a fake. Great call and great execution.
You're listening to a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Yes, good afternoon, Madison. I'm Ryan Wollersheim, and this is your Sports Center update brought to you by Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin's Road America. Celebrate Father's Day at the NTT IndyCar Series June 15th through the 18th. Get your tickets today and check out the full season schedule at roadamerica.com. And a hometown win at the American Family Insurance Championship this past weekend. Tournament host and Wisconsin native Steve Stricker won with a -18 on the weekend. That was his 4th win of the season and his 15th on the PGA Champions Tour. A big congratulations to Steve Stricker and everyone over at the American Family Insurance Championship this past weekend. The Green Bay Packers hosting their mini camp this week, Tuesday through Thursday. Those will be the last sessions they have before training camp later on this summer. Make sure to stay up to date on everything green and gold this offseason over at ESPNWisconsin.com. The Milwaukee Brewers not so lucky this past week, and they were swept at home by possibly the worst team in baseball, the Oakland Athletics. Brewers now sit at 34-32 on the season after losing Sunday. They'll have the day off before starting a 2-game homestand versus the Twins on Tuesday and Wednesday.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
You got the shell.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton with Jim Rutledge and Matt Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
I'm going to be honest, I haven't won an event for a minute. You know, I've won a couple national championships, but there's golfers from all over the world here, so I'm counting this as international, and I'm going to count this as an international win, just like the Olympic. Feels good, especially to do it in a sport that I'm not that good at.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio. With Matt Hamilton, here's Jim Rutledge.
Here's Jim Rutledge.
Oh, you win a golf tournament, now you think you can be a radio host, too?
Yeah.
It's called letting it ride for a second, Matt Hamilton.
Letting that moment sink in.
Well, you're a winner.
Booty, Jim.
Winners go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison so far this year. $63 million in jackpots won at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. Largest win, over $248,000. One jackpot over at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. $2 million won just last week. Biggest win last week, $43,000. And that $248,000 jackpot, almost $249,000 jackpot, was won in May. Go be a winner. Go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. He's Matt Hamilton. He's a winner. And right now you are not winning the poll that you want to win, which is basically who had the best golf weekend. That is still currently Nick Taylor. But from Canada, you are leading the what show host is most likely to compete in the World Naked Bike Ride at 61%.
Wow.
Our friend Just Cheese David Sharfman chimes in. Not sure this is even close. And so that's another one there from Matt. Kylo Pond chimes in. If Jim is taking part of the bike ride, it's because a bear caught him and destroyed his clothes. So, and I don't know where exactly this is coming from, but Dave the Deerfield guy who wants to get us lunch. I think Homer in a canary yellow banana hammock is the best vote.
Probably for the calendar.
Yes. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, I like that one there. And Drew Madison chimed in. I didn't see this. Jeter started the round by sending the first two straight into the woods. # one of us.
Yeah.
You always like to see that.
Oh, my gosh.
Matt, are you still one of us? Or
So
you just now too good
when they started, did they tee off on 10? Because there's there's not reachable woods on the start of hole
they
one.
tee off on 10. Yes, they only play 9 holes. Yep.
No, they flip the nines.
No, the slabs only play 9 though. They don't.
Oh,
play,
really?
Yeah.
That's some booty. I got to play 3 rounds of golf in my pro-am. I don't even know if I want to play the pro-am here if you only play 9 holes.
No, Matt, I'm going to give you – I love you. I think it's more of they entertain these folks, and you're great. You're not Michael Phelps, great Olympian. So it's more of like, hey, thank you for the time. We're going to wine and dine you and show this is an amazing time. So you love the water here. Everything stood out. What an amazing time. And if you want to golf more, you can golf all you want, anywhere you want in Madison. But for this, you only have to do 9 holes.
Oh,
I think that's kind of more how it's set up.
Well, I will say that number 10 at University Ridge as like your first hole of the day, especially with fans in like a gallery, that is super intimidating. Woods on both sides, easy to lose a golf ball. Like, you got a decent sized fairway there, or like wide fairway, but man, that's an intimidating look, even if you're a good golfer, I think.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's Crush a Coors Light.
We're live from the Everlight Solar Studio. Get into the show, 844-770-3776. Let's get out to Robin Madison. What's going on?
What's up, guys?
Hey.
So I mentioned on Twitter yesterday that Matt should have got 4 of those rims so he could put them on a car.
Yeah, I just got to win it 3 more times.
No. You just go to the manufacturer. You tell them you want 3 more to put it on a car.
Hey, I'll tell them I bought a car. I'll tell them I bought a car and it just broke, and this is all I have left. Can they replace it?
So what would you put those style of like trophy / rim on?
Like what style of car, or what am I going to do with it when I get it home?
Yeah. What type of car would you put that
Well,
on?
I think it's off of an X7. So I was a part of the X7 division, and that they're like
BMW
styles
X7
of BMW.
high handicap slab division.
Yeah, so I think an X7's like a SUV that has a 3rd row. Like it's like BMW's bigger SUV. It's still not gigantic. So the rim, I think it's like a 22-inch rim. It's pretty large.
Oh yes, it is. Right.
So yeah,
it'll fit.
It would be neat. I definitely, if they, I told Jim earlier, like, hey, I won it once. I don't think I need to win it again, especially like when other celebrities can win it. It's good for the tournament.
Then
but if they offered a car,
dogs. So you look like one of those Southern trucks once you get 2 of them when they're dragging their truck box down.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we saw a couple of those trucks. It was a thing apparently. They keep the back stock, the back 2 like struts or shocks or whatever, and then they lift up the front, so the car is like sitting at an angle with the back of the car super low. Apparently, it's super bad for your engine and like
I would imagine
oil pan and stuff, but. Like, legitimately, you would be shocked at how much of an angle these cars are just, like, sitting at.
Oh, I've seen it, and I don't understand that at all. at all. Not one bit. I am officially old these days because I used to love modifications.
Not me. That was
I don't
super
even
cool
like
when
the
I
sound
saw
of a
that.
Harley anymore.
Rob, thanks for the call. I have above my garage. I don't know exactly the point of it. It's like a fake circular shutter.
Yeah.
I know you could put your rim on top of your garage like that too. It's like it's an exterior. I don't know why they have it, but like it looks like a shutter, but it's a circle. But you could do it on your house right up there. Or if you have a fireplace, you could put it at the top of it.
Right. I definitely. I'm trying to think of a way if I can mount it to the wall,
or just put it above your bed.
That sounds dangerous. If it did fall, that would take your head off, no doubt.
That is true. Maybe you could set up some, like tie it to a string, so if it did fall, it's still
It wouldn't kill me or my wife. Yeah. Man, that would be a good idea. I think that's a good idea, Jim. Or maybe I just don't put it above the bed, and then I don't have to worry about it at all.
You could put it like in the bathroom.
Honestly, this was the funny part is when I text her, I was like, hey, by the way, I'm bringing home this half a BMW rim. She goes, where's the rest of it? And she's like, you don't have to bring it home. Sometimes just knowing you're the champion is good enough, because she thinks the house is too cluttered, and it certainly may be, but I like stuff. So I'm definitely putting it out in the house.
What if you get it out of the house, put it out on the boat, make it the steering wheel on the pontoon?
There you
That'd
go.
be pretty cool.
That's an idea I can get
Or
behind.
just a hood ornament right on the boat. I mean, that would be.
I like steering wheel.
That'd be quite the flex.
A brilliant
That
idea.
is a hell of a flex there.
Oh, man, Ryan, you just opened a can of worms.
Just full of good ideas back here, guys.
Yeah, my wife is not going to be.
Yeah, you'll be
fond of
hearing
you.
from Jen. Stop giving me mad ideas. I was going to tell him I got lost in the mail.
I just renovated the boat. She is not going to love it if I'm going to make some more tweaks.
But I would imagine the steering wheel would be the easiest spot to modify.
I mean, I would think, but like the seat to the captain's seat isn't like really adjustable, so that wheel's like twice the size of the actual wheel. I don't know if it would even fit there with the seat.
But I like the idea of it on the boat.
You would just be back there like Jack Sparrow, just driving the boat. Just
I'm king of the world, like Jack Dawson as well. But I think you could just kind of, let's assume the boat doesn't sink, so it's safe. And you have bigger issues if the boat sinks, but you could have it on there as a boat is a big look at me showcase sort of thing to have.
It kind
and
of
now
is.
you have this trophy that you won as a piece de resistance on top of your big showpiece.
What about this? How about this? We get a mount for it, but we put it on a bearing, so like spinners.
Oh, there you go.
So they can be on the wall, but we can spin them. And we can just spin this trophy on the wall. I think that's the best
Like
way.
Rob has an idea, you could make it a swing.
A swing?
That'd be an uncomfortable swing. More uncomfortable than the naked bike ride, maybe.
I think you're on the right track.
Well,
and
his mind was more on the naked bike ride sort of swing.
Yeah, I do not think that would make a very good swing.
Oh, I get where we're going now.
Yeah, remember, it's a rim cut in half, so there is a sharp edge.
Less comfortable than a bike ride, then?
Less comfortable than a bike ride.
All right, we're going to throw some stones next. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
Matt Hamilton here to tell you about my friends at Revive Restoration. Nobody plans for accidents to happen, but when they do, you can count on Revive to be professional, efficient, and detail-oriented as they make things right again. Revive Restoration.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do, do it with a Coors Light. Mountain Cold Refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Zimbrick Chevrolet.
When was the last time you had your oil changed or your tires rotated? Do you need new tires, a battery, perhaps some windshield wipers? Zimbrick Chevrolet Service Center is equipped to help you with routine maintenance, major repairs, and everything in between. Get your free battery inspection coupon and schedule an appointment today at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Don't overpay. Shop Zimbrick Chevrolet on Main Street in Sun Prairie.
Main Street, Sun Prairie, Zimbrick Chevrolet.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Brust for Road America. Make the most out of your summer at Elkhart Lakes Road America. June is jam-packed with non-stop racing action. Don't miss a minute of the fun. Camp on site all weekend and enjoy free admission for kids 16 and under. Celebrate Father's Day at the NTT IndyCar Series Soncio Grand Prix presented by AMR Weekend, June 15th through the 18th. Get your tickets today at roadamerica.com. Come for the experience, stay for the race. Road America, America's national park of speed.
Celebrate the opening of the McKenzie Regional Workforce Center, benefiting the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County. The annual White Attire Party is back on Saturday, July 15th at the brand new McKenzie Center in Fitchburg, the largest youth-skilled trade center in southern Wisconsin. Enjoy a full evening of entertainment, dancing, food and drinks, plus tours of the center. Tickets will go fast, so don't wait. Visit bgcdc.org/WP. That's the White Party, July 15th, benefiting the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County.
The happy hour at Roost Chris Steakhouse in Middleton is still Madison's best-kept secret, so shh. From delicious appetizers to amazing drinks, and of course the ambiance provided by that horseshoe bar makes Roost Chris Steakhouse a must-go-to. From cocktails with friends, networking happy hours, or just treating the family, and everything in between. Roost Chris Steakhouse in Middleton has everything you're looking for. So the next time you're looking to treat yourself, go to Roost Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. And remember, it's Madison's best-kept secret. Shh.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by X Golf in Madison and Middleton.
Every minute, it's running through my head. 100 million thoughts that I could have said. Then every minute, it starts over again. Do, 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 do. Knocking at your door. The world outside is waiting for you. Knocking at your door. But you never know nothing if you never did. Happy as a clown.
You are happiest clown, Matt Hamilton. One, because you're a champion, but two, you got to hang out with the Olsen Toon folks today.
Absolutely, I did. Olsen Toon came out to my house, and more particularly, Aaron Olsen, one of the owners of Olsen Toon, came out, and we talked about some of the different things we're going to do to my front yard. I've got a bush in the front yard that just collects leaves and is basically a giant nuisance. Like, it's impossible to get all the leaves out of it. It's huge, so it just ends up it's like kind of an eyesore because it always looks like an unkempt part of my like landscaping. So we're gonna get that removed. I'm thinking about building having the team at Olsen Toon build me a little like planter box set, and then we're gonna put some of like the crushed stone down around those planter boxes, so we have a nice little garden on the side of our house. They can do all those things for residential and commercial for close to 50 years of combined experience in their management and design teams. Olsen Toon has been helping out people like me and you realizing our outdoor living space dreams. They can do that for you for affordable prices. You can go online right now to olsentoon.com and get your next home project or business project started today. That's olsentoon.com.
Let's throw some stones.
The guys think they have the answers to everything.
I'm the best there is. People like me.
So it's time to put them to the test.
That's some booty, Jim.
You know, that's just like your opinion, man.
This is Throwing Stones, presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
So it is time to throw some stones here on Rutledge and Hamilton. Each and every day, I waste a lot of time scrolling Twitter, or in this case, this past weekend and last night. It leaves me with a lot more questions than answers, and instead of answering those questions myself, I bring them here to Jim and Matt looking for answers. I'll scroll those answers throughout, and at the end, we'll crown a winner of Throwing Stones. So it seems like right now that someone who's beating Matt Hamilton in our poll today is pro Canadian golfer Nick Taylor, who won that Canadian Open with his 72-foot eagle. But the bigger topic most people are talking about on Twitter is that his friend, fellow pro golfer Adam Hadwin, was tackled while running onto the green and spraying champagne, trying to celebrate the win with his friend Nick. Now, a lot of people are paying more attention to this on Twitter, and it seems like if you're Nick Taylor, would you be slightly annoyed that your friend took away some of the shine from your historic moment by getting himself tackled by the security guard? Matt, I will go ahead and start with you.
100% no, I would not be upset about this. He was literally just trying to be a part of the moment with his buddy, and the fact that the security guard had no idea who he was is the reason that this kind of like has become like its own thing, as opposed to cheering for Taylor and his victory. So yeah, it's kind of a bummer that he's not getting quite as much attention as he deserves for doing something that hasn't been done in a very long time in Canada. But at the same time, that was just his buddy trying to be his buddy, and I'm sure Nick Taylor would have done the exact same thing had Adam been in the same situation. So it's really, if you're going to put the blame on somebody, it's a security guard for not knowing who the number 72 world-ranked golfer is who just played in the tournament and is Canadian.
Well, I don't think he was yelling out, "Hey, get me some maple syrup, eh?" I don't know if you know he's Canadian. But I'll say this.
I don't know if you saw this. Adam apologized to the security guard for getting tackled. Is that not the most Canadian thing you've ever heard of in your life?
And Adam did post a video from, I guess, the U.S. Open and PGA had a little fun with them. They hung a little note in his locker saying, "Hope he has a better week," with a hard hat and a USGA yellow jacket for him to wear at the U.S. Open. There's really no blame to go around because that security guy, let's be honest.
He's just doing his job.
Right. And Matt, you were at a golf outing this weekend. I was at a golf outing, and I was one of them. Every nerd out there dresses like they're golfing. Like, it'd be like going to a football game, and everyone's wearing a football outfit or wearing a football uniform or a basketball game. And then you got that poor security guard with someone on the field who's what's what. So he didn't know what it was. It was being sprayed on those guys. I feel like, yeah, he was a little bit of G.I. Joe, but you know what? In the end, I think all's well that ends well. So there's really no blame to go around. I don't think anyone is blaming anyone. I think it's just all one of those things that honestly looks like no harm, no foul. Actually raised, I'm sure, the profile of Adam Hadwin and Nick Taylor, and raised profile the whole thing. But I get your point, but I think it's just one of those things.
One of the shining lights in a pretty dark weekend at the PGA.
Yes. Yes.
True.
Self-inflicted.
True. Adam Hadwin, one of the less intimidating golfers you'll find, stands about 5'8", 160. So
that's the other thing. Golfers couldn't look more generic.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
Look, is there a sport where their fans look more like the professionals out there?
Curling.
True.
Perfect. And speaking of golf and curling, Matt Hamilton obviously got his big win on the BMW Pro-Am. And I actually tweeted out saying congratulations to Matt, saying, not who says that curlers aren't pro athletes. And of the 5 likes I got on that tweet, one of them was Matt. And then the other 3 were 3 apparent, seems like sex bots. This has been quite the, interesting show already, but I'm curious, does the likes on my reply to Matt, does this prove that Matt Hamilton is truly a Wisconsin sex symbol, or is the Corn Ferry Tour Twitter just a little too hot to handle? Jim, I'll start with you because I think Matt could be slightly biased on this one.
Well, I also think, Ryan, maybe you just got a lot of fans who are
I swear it's not for
bots. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was...
I'm just saying, if I'm betting Matt Hamilton is the cause of it, or the tour the cause of it, or whatever your browsing history the cause of it is, I'm going to lean on the browsing history.
Hey now.
Oh, man. I'm going to say it's absolutely because I'm a Wisconsin sex icon. I was basically trending. It was awesome.
Yeah, you were.
So That's not on you, bud. That's just people trying to get clickbait.
Yeah.
I'm clickbait.
Yeah, you are a celebrity. You are the same. You are still third in the Iron Jack poll, but either way.
Oh, that's so brutal.
So speaking of, people who were a little too horny recently, Zion Williamson over the weekend.
Zion, go ahead.
Just kidding. I'm actually not going to go into the Zion topic. We'll stay away from that one.
He didn't even bet his own game.
He just wanted the setup.
Yeah, I just wanted the setup.
Are supposed to vet your own game.
No, I just wanted the setup. I thought it was fun. The other topic I saw this week was that John Sterling is the play-by-play announcer for the New York Yankees, and he was calling the game in the bottom of the ninth inning versus the Red Sox on Saturday night when he actually got hit by a foul ball during his call. I'll go ahead and play the audio from the call right now.
Now the 3-2 swung on, a pop foul back here. Ow! 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 It really hit me. I didn't know it was coming back that far. So once again, it'll be a 3-2. And Holmes ready to deal. A ground ball to third. Donaldson squares, throws to first in time. Ball game over. Yankees win. The Yankees win.
So we've been talking about whether, curlers are professional athletes. Are play-by-play announcers, should they be considered professional athletes when they have to deal with things like this? Matt, I'll go ahead and start with you.
No, not professional athletes or athletes at all, because that's where the guys like Alex Strofe hang out, because they can't be athletes. That being said, good for this guy. Let's talk about a professional.
Is he in his 60s or 70s? How old is
he?
he?
He looks like he's in his 70s. So this guy, he might be like not a professional athlete or an athlete at all, but he is certainly a professional because he took that shot, got 3 outs out, and then got the next pitch called and for the win. Like, that is professional level stuff. The guy would probably, I think I heard he got a little cut on the brow.
It did cut his head.
It took a one hop off the table and then hit him in the face. To be able to be there for the next pitch and ready to go, that's professionalism.
Was that edited?
That audio was not edited at all. And John Sterling, 84 years old.
84. Goodness.
So to jump back into the call after getting drilled, 3 outs. 3 outs.
The only reason I asked is I thought I saw somewhere where he I got treated and came back to the booth. So that's why I didn't know if he missed a little bit.
I don't think he left at all.
He
stayed in the booth
because that was the game. There's 2 outs and it was a 3-2.
Yep.
Right.
Okay,
so it was literally one more pitch to end the game. He finished it.
Good for him. Adrenaline. That had to hurt.
Yeah. I mean, when was the last time you guys got hit by a baseball?
Can we be honest though?
It's been a minute.
The fact that he didn't swear is remarkable. Because I would have been like Chris Farley, son of a
man. Ryan's face just lit up when you said that.
If you're calling a game and 84 years old and a ball just clocks you right above your eye, I know he's a broadcaster, but I'm probably dropping an F-bomb.
Yeah, his first thought was and here comes the 3-2 pitch. Swung with a liner to the third. Donaldson lines it up. Yankees will win.
What an incredible
reenactment! Right? That's what he did.
That was dead on, Matt. And honestly, after that reenactment, I gotta just go ahead and give it to you.
I knew I could throw a little bit of Matt Hamilton flair in there to get Ryan to give me the win. I feel like Ryan typically favors you, Jim. I don't know. Do you
always get caught up in this.
Do you give him candy like a Snickers?
Chocolate.
Yeah, chocolate. Yeah, I have a peanut allergy, but he gives me chocolate. So I'm trying to make sure he doesn't kill me.
You're getting a Snickers now, I'll tell you that much. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt.
North and South Seafood and Smokehouse is the official barbecue and seafood and smokehouse of Rutledge and Hamilton. Make sure to listen every Wednesday for your chance to win a $50 gift card to North and South Seafood and Smokehouse in Madison, Verona, and DeForest. North and South Seafood and Smokehouse.
Are you dreaming of a new look? Let the pros at 5 Star Painting bring color to your world, to your interior, exterior, cabinets, and more. We make it easy with online scheduling, free on-site estimates, and a dedicated project manager on every job. Uneasy about hiring a contractor? We know, we've been there. 5 Star Painting is customer-focused and quality-driven, exceeding expectations every time. Call or visit 5starpainting.com today. 5 Star Painting, a neighborly company.
Hear that? That's the sound of the 2023 Chevy Silverado and its TurboMax engine, delivering impressive power with no compromised durability. Whether you're helping friends move or just moving some friends, this is the sound of a family with plenty of rear seat room to enjoy the ride. And this is the sound of you heading to your local Chevy dealer today. Find your Silverado and find new roads. Chevrolet. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
What does it take to make a diamond? Extreme heat and pressure and about 1 billion years. But you can't wait that long. What do? You go to Goodman's Jewelers. I'm John Hayes from Goodman's Jewelers. There's a reason we are the Diamond Store of Madison. Since 1933, we provided outstanding service and selection to our customers, and that in turn has helped to establish countless great memories through the years. GoodmansJewelers.com, located at 220 State Street, truly a destination worth reaching. Life has its moments, times to remember and share. Make the most of those special occasions by visiting Goodman's Jewelers at 220 State Street. John Hayes from Goodman's Jewelers. We're here to help you make that perfect selection for your memorable moment. When you think of diamonds, you hear about color, cut, clarity, and carat weight. We can help you understand that, but we're equally concerned with earning your trust with the quality of our selection and our service. GoodmansJewelers.com, in the heart of downtown Madison. Truly a destination worth reaching.
The GRB Rays have established themselves as one of the top baseball programs in the Midwest and the country. Looking for a team to play for in the spring and summer of 2024? Rays tryouts begin in July and August, and sign-ups are open now. Since 2010, the Rays have developed over 370 college players, including over 140 players committed to Division I baseball and 17 MLB draft picks. Rays Baseball. Raise your game.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm Vice President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Packers will be practicing a little bit later this week. Sports Illustrated, I think, created a little bit of news here. A possible trade scenario that was proposed by NFL Analytic Network would bring Green Bay running back Aaron Jones to Baltimore in exchange for a second and fifth round pick in next year's NFL draft. Matt Hamilton, Jim Rutledge with you. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light, live from the Everlight Solar Studio. 844-770-3776. If you could trade one Packer, who would it be?
Jordan Love. I'm speaking my truth.
You don't have any value then.
Huh?
You're not going to get any value for him.
Okay.
I mean, what do you get? Like, what would you get, honestly, for Jordan Love? Fifth rounder?
I was maybe hoping for like a fourth.
I feel like fifth.
I mean, obviously, I think your most valuable asset on the team is going to be either Aaron Jones or maybe Jair Alexander, probably.
Yeah, no, Jair, you probably want to keep for.
No, I'm saying, but who's your most valuable player that you could get something for?
Okay, so if we did it like this, most likely to be traded, it's Bakhtiari and Jones. Maybe Kenny Clark.
Maybe Kenny Clark. I could see Jones because I feel like the Packers have a lot of confidence in A.J. Dillon and don't really think that their running game would suffer a whole lot. Who knows with Bakhtiari? Like, he might not be the guard that he used to be, but he's or the tackle he used to be, but he is still a solid player. He's still a B+ player.
But Aaron Jones is a better football player than Dave Bakhtiari.
Oh, totally.
Yes.
I'm just saying, like, Bakhtiari still has value, and we do not have the deepest offensive line, so losing him might hurt the Packers a little more because we actually have someone that we feel can be a serviceable backup if Aaron Jones isn't playing. That's all I'm getting at. I just don't think the O-line depth is good enough. I think losing Bakhtiari would hurt more, you know.
So if they trade, let's say in this theory here, and this is a story from Sports Illustrated, but it's just more of like a suggestion. Aaron Jones traded to Baltimore is the proposition here. 2nd and 5th round pick. I'd do that if I was the Packers, first of all. A
second and 5th. I mean, second
is a real one. Now, Bakhtiari probably draws you the 5th.
Just a 5th?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
He's older. He still hasn't played a full season in God knows how long. So that injury is still a concern. He's got a hefty number to his contract as well. You're not going to want to really rework it and keep him around longer.
Here's the thing. It would bum me out for sure to lose Aaron Jones. He's such a personality on the sideline. I love the sombrero and sunglasses. The guy has bled green and gold since he's gotten here. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he might have been in the running for a Walter Payton Award as far as like community work that he's done. Like
he was, yeah.
Right. So like he's a great guy and would love to keep him in Green Bay. So part of that, you know, it's one of those things like since he is a player on my favorite team, I think I hold his value a little bit higher. A 2nd and a 5th kind of feels a little low, but I think that's just because I like him. You know what I mean? I think bias is stepping in a little bit there.
A 2nd-round pick for a running back is pretty dang good.
Considering that the Vikings just cut Dalvin Cook, I mean, you look at the lifespan of running backs in the NFL, like getting a 2nd and a 5th,
for him could be
and he was
good.
a 5th-round pick back in, was it 2017, I want to say? So it's pretty good value.
Yeah. No, I mean, no, it is. But I like I said, I think my bias is coming through because I just like him as a player. I don't think I would like to see him go for a 2nd and a 5th.
Your endowment effect, yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
So Jen, Gabe, and Chewy asked the question, do you want to see Aaron Jones traded? 89% of people said no.
Right. I think I'm in that court. Just because I like him as a Packer.
This really has to get back to what you believe the Packers are this year.
Well, I think it gets to what the fans of the Packers are. They want to like their team. That's why they were okay losing a 4-time MVP and a Super Bowl quarterback, but don't want to lose a guy who is like an energy, a good guy to have on the team, a mentor to Dylan for the first couple seasons, and now like a brother to Dylan essentially. He's like the kind of guy Packer fans really want on the team because he does all the things that Packer fans value. It's interesting because getting rid of him might be better for the Packers in the long run, especially a trade like that where you get pretty good draft capital for a guy who's like prime in the NFL is probably over or very close to it. So it's just funny how Packer fans will value things. They really, if you're a good Packer, you're invaluable. But if you don't necessarily do things the Packer way, doesn't matter how good you are, kick them out the door, send them to New York.
So I don't disagree with any of that. I guess what I was getting at, and this gets to Tauscher's tears as well. And there was
tears?
And there was I called it the Tauscher's terrible tears, where it was he did the tears in the NFL as far as teams. Ryan, why don't you pull that up in a minute?
I was thinking like
tears,
crying tears.
Tears.
I was like, why is Tausch crying?
Because he thinks the Packers are on the same level as we can get the. Do you have the list out here?
I think
I can pull up the list. Yeah.
I saw the list. I didn't actually take a good look and see where everything was ranked, but I did see the list. And I think I saw Bears were like at the bottom.
It was a non-serious list. He left Washington completely off the list.
Intentionally or
accidentally? Washington had more wins than the Packers did, or the same amount of wins as the Packers did last year, but a better overall record because they were 8-1.
And they had the heads up, right?
Yes.
They beat the Packers in the head-to-head.
So they were a better football team last year than the Packers, and he accidentally left them off the list.
So I do have Tausch's tiers right here. In tier 1, he had the Eagles.
Teared up about it. Choked up.
I'm very, very emotional.
And this is NFC, right?
Yeah.
Just NFC teams. So in tier 1, he had the Philadelphia Eagles and the San Francisco 49ers as the class of the NFC. Tier 2 is the Cowboys and the Saints. Tier 3, there are 6 teams with the Giants, Seahawks, Lions, Packers, Falcons, and Vikings. Then Tier 4 is the Rams and the Bears. Tier 5 is the Panthers
this
and
is
the
where
Bucks.
where I kind of lost it was that you got to drop the Packers and Atlanta down to the same level as Chicago and LA. The rest is fine. I'm not going to argue that much about it. But, like, that's where Green Bay is living. And then we did another poll out there of, like, what team do you feel – I just feel like a lot of Packer fans might have outsourced expectations on this football team. Because I look at it brass tacks like this. And the unknown is Jordan Love. And he could blow up. And maybe you're just more optimistic than me. But if I'm looking at this season coming in to set expectations, what's going to make me happy, removing a Hall of Fame quarterback, a veteran with fringe Pro Bowl numbers who did so much to help your offensive line look better than it was, did so much to help your offense look better than it was last year, did so many intangible things we can't even see, let alone intangible. You remove him from the team, and you replace him with a giant question mark. So you went from a at quarterback to an I of incomplete. And at the most important position in the NFL, your team won 8 games last year. Rashawn Gary is going to probably miss maybe sometime. Maybe he'll be in right away, but we're not going to get normal Rashawn Gary probably for a few, maybe the first 4 weeks of the season. But regardless, the team downgraded dramatically at the most important position. Oh, by the way, they downgraded at wide receiver. Losing Alan Lazard is a downgrade. They probably downgraded at tight end in the short term for both of these. Losing Bob Tunyon and replacing him with rookies is likely a downgrade. In the long run, good move at wide receiver. You could be upgrading. Same with tight end. Maybe even at quarterback over like 3 years from now, Jordan Love could be better than where Aaron Rodgers is 3 years from now. Not where Aaron Rodgers was in his prime,
right?
But where Aaron Rodgers was 3 years from now. But in the short term, they've downgraded strategically in a lot of spots in the vein of rebuilding.
100%. So, like, I am not ready to buy into as much of the hype. Don't get me wrong. I think the Packers are going to surprise us sometimes, and I think they're going to fall short of expectations sometimes this year. I think 6 to 7. If they get 8 wins, I would be shocked. But I think 6 to 7 is where we're going to live.
And here's the thing. It still could be a good season. Like
Totally. Aaron Rodgers had 6 wins his first start. He had, like, Pro Bowl numbers. And I'm not saying Jordan Love's going to do that, but if we go out and get 6 wins and Jordan Love has good numbers and it looks like there's some promise there, there's nothing wrong with that.
You can put up Christian.
But to put us in this category of these teams that are, like, almost ready to do it and we're in this clear rebuild mode as opposed to, like, last year, that just seems like Tauscher's, like, optimism's showing. It's like, bud, like, you really think that Jordan Love is going to come out here and play like a second, third year guy? Like,
and I'll say it like this. It doesn't mean he can't. But if you were betting, if you were taking the most realistic option, Jordan Love just looks fine this year.
Oh, totally.
And winning is incredibly hard. Like, Jordan Love put up nice numbers. So could Christian Watson. So could Aaron Jones. And he still could lose football games. And winning is an acquired skill. And that's the other part that we don't know if Jordan Love has that yet. For an example, and there's also luck involved here. What was it? Vikings 12-0 in one-score games? Was that what it was?
Yeah, 11 or 12-0 in one-score games.
Yeah, 12. Yeah, something ridiculous. 1 loss, I believe.
And then on the flip side,
yeah, the Bears
1-7.
1-7 in one-score games. Vikings flipped that completely. If the Packers were able to split one-score games this year, I think that would be a huge bump in the pro Jordan Love.
Yes, and it's so hard to do as a first-year starter in Jordan Love.
Just to know how to win is a skill acquired from playing in those situations, and more often than not, you earn that skill by taking your lumps and learning how to lose first and what not to do. If Jordan Love can go out and win 50% of one-score games, the Packers are going to be in great shape moving forward.
And I'm not saying the Packers will or won't have a nice record. What I'm saying is that if I was a Packers fan, I'd just be trying to temper my expectations like, hey, I think we're going to win 6 games, and if we win 6 games and Love and Watson and Dillon and some of the young guys, whoever else, Musgrave and Reed, and any of these young guys look promising, like either they took a step forward or in their first year they look like they have something to build on, and we won 6 games, I'm excited. Now we have more money next year. We have more draft capital. We get right back in the mix for the division. Now, if 6 wins turns into 10, call it gravy. Amazing. But I don't want to, I guess for me as my fandom, I don't want to set it up as 10 wins and then be disappointed with 6. For an example, last year's Chicago Bears team, I was not disappointed with. I did not expect them to win a lot of games. In fact, that they were bad enough in those one-score games to get the first overall pick, turn it into DJ Moore, couldn't have worked out better. You saw flashes out of Justin Fields and flashes out of some young other players, and now they got further to go. This year I'm setting the bar. Like, I think they're going to win 6 games. Maybe they get 8.
So I think the ideal situation for the Packers is exactly what happened to the Bears last year. You see flashes from Jordan Love. He loses all of the one-score games, but again, shows flashes, and you have a super early draft pick. And if there's a quarterback on there and you're like, Jordan Love's our guy, we saw these flashes and we think he's making that step, you can absolutely throttle a team like the Panthers and get a king's ransom for that high draft pick.
Well, and that's the question that I want to know.
I would love to see the Packers.
Matt, I think I know how you'd answer this. Would you rather the Packers win 8 games, call that a division win, and get smoked in the playoffs, or win 3 games and have the first overall pick?
Is Jordan Love showing me good signs? And you know what? Doesn't matter. Yes, I'm taking the 3rd overall pick because if Jordan Love shows me signs that he could be the guy, wonderful.
I said first overall pick. 3 wins to get the first overall pick.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
So
I thought you said 3rd. Yeah.
I'm saying if he shows signs, wonderful.
Yeah.
Then we can trade away that first-round pick and get move back a little bit, still get some very good key contributing players.
You'd get more than the Bears got for DJ Moore this year.
Because that's such a great draft class for quarterbacks. So, and if he is booty, and that's the reason we have 3 wins, then you get Caleb Williams. So that, I think, is the win-win. Going 8-9 wins, winning the division, getting to the playoffs, and getting dusted by the Eagles or whoever, that's not going to help the Packers move forward.
Yeah, it's just, for me, winning a trash division, I mean, it's like the Brewers this year. Okay, great, and it's a little different for the draft pick part of it, but it's like if you win the division and you just get smoked, and let's say the Brewers win the division and they win 84 games. Cool. If the Packers win the division and they won 8 or 9 games and get smoked in the playoffs, it doesn't do a lot for them. I think it'd be more valuable for the Packers to have the high pick. But for a team,
it might feel good as a fan to have a decent season, make the playoffs, and have that 1 extra week. Because more likely than not, if the Packers win the division doing that, they get to look at some of their buddies who are Viking fans or Lions fans or Bear fans and be like, what are you doing next week? Not playing football. Waka waka. Your classic, we're in the playoffs again. That sometimes can be fun, but that's not going to build the Packers up for the coming years.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. I almost said Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Sorry.
You know the downside of this tournament was?
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light, a finalist for Best of Madison Radio Team. Vote at channel3000.com. People really like this show. Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
Varsity on Wisconsin On Demand is home to all the latest and best Badgers content on ESPN Wisconsin. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, and wherever you get your podcasts. The Big Ten has released its football schedule for 2024, and the Badgers will certainly not have an easy road. The Badgers will host Alabama in the first of a 2-year home-and-home series on September 14th of 2024, and will also travel to USC in the Trojans' first year in the Big Ten. Other notable games include road trips to both Iowa and Michigan, and Wisconsin will host both Penn State and Minnesota. Find the full slate of games for both 2024 and 2025 over at ESPNWisconsin.com.
Pella's window and door design options are virtually limitless. Customize your order by August 31st and you could bundle and save big at PellaWI.com.
I am the fittest, healthiest, and lightest I've been in years thanks to the team at Carbon World Health. Jim Rutledge here, and I've been working with Dr. Nestor Rodriguez and his training staff for years now, and I've seen my fitness and strength increase steadily. Now I'm seeing weight loss like I've never expected thanks to semaglutide. I'm dropping fat, not muscle, with this game-changing, FDA-approved weight loss treatment. Go to carbonworldhealth.com today to learn more.
You'll notice that some jewelry stores in the area are giving big, deep down discounts, as much as 60%. But you know what they're doing, don't you? They're just marking it up to mark it down. That's why for over 30 years, Chalmers Jewelers has offered you truth in pricing. You will always find great value on unique custom jewelry at Chalmers Jewelers, either in-store or chalmersjewelers.com.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
And Madison.
Ben Brust here to tell you about why your next work van should be from Mercedes-Benz Sprinter at Zimbrick European. First off, we have versatility. The Sprinter vans offer 16 body types and thousands of ways to customize that space. Number 2, we have reliability. Sprinter's most powerful diesel engines last longer and require less maintenance, spend more time on the road and less time in those bays. Number 3, we have safety. Sprinter's safety technologies include curtain airbags all around, load adaptive electronic stability program, and crosswind and attention assist. Number 4, Van Care Mobile. Our maintenance team can come to you with routine service. Who wants to go in? Let them come to you. They work with multiple trucks on one visit. Use the Mercedes Me Connect. And last but not least, get your Zimbrick Sprinter at Zimbrick European at Rimrock Road and the Beltline, or go online at ZimbrickEuropean.com because they never charge over the MSRP.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
Hey, it's Alex Stroh from my good friends over at Door County Distillery, locally produced, handcrafted, and award-winning spirits. That's why I love them. They use local ingredients whenever they can, and they're based right here in Wisconsin, up in Carlsville in Door County. If you're heading up to Door County with the sweetheart, it's a no-brainer. You got to stop in by Door County Distillery, take the winery tour, take the distillery tour, and tell them Alex Stroh from ESPN Madison sent you. Or you can get Door County Distillery's gins, whiskeys, vodkas, and all the in-betweens right here in the Madison area. Just go to the website, DoorCountyDistillery.com, to find the unique cocktail recipes and the retailer nearest you. That's DoorCountyDistillery.com, DoorCountyDistillery.com, for my great friends at Door County Distillery.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Ridgetop Exteriors.
Matt, I got an idea for you. I think we want to bring it out next week. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton, live from the Everlight Solar Studio. Matt, are you going to be in the Everlight Solar Studio next week?
Is this a trick question?
No, I'm asking. On the schedule, it says you're around. Are you going to be around?
I do believe so. I do think I am, Jim.
Okay, so if Matt Hamilton's around, I want to invite our friend Lee from Ruth's Chris Steakhouse over. And we want to kind of maybe debut this Let Matt Cook thing.
Oh,
so here's the idea that we have is that Lee can bring in something from Ruth's, and we can all try that, and obviously it'll be amazing. Then I want you to create a recipe. Make it, though. You got to make it. Bring it in. Let Lee try it. See if he'd
okay.
Maybe put it on the menu or consider it for
maybe a special.
A special or whatever, the Hamilton special.
All right.
And if you got a little extra, Matt or Alex and I could try it. And then we'll also, Lee's a sports fan, so we'll get his sports steak and we'll get your sports steak. And we'll do a little Let Matt Cook, but with our good friend Lee from Ruth's Chris Steakhouse.
I think I could do that because, I probably can just do what I normally do and just ball out on a dinner for me and my wife. I'll just make an extra portion.
Yeah, exactly.
And then bring that in and be like, this is what I would put on
So
the
I'm
menu.
going to invite our friend Lee in. And then,
the gears are already turning, Jimmy.
Perfect. And then he will tell you if it's up to their qualities over there.
Oh.
Judgmental Jim.
They have a high bar, but so do I.
Yes. That's
so
why
I think it'll be good. I think he'll appreciate it.
I think it'll at least be in consideration, the best it can be. Absolutely. I'm not expecting it to.
Here's the thing. If he takes it back to his chef's not love it. Chefs do not love it when people come in and are like, hey, I tried something. You should try and recreate someone else's creation.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Chefs are a little too prideful for that. So it
won't actually be picked up.
Here's what Lee would say.
Like,
Lee might be like, this is good enough to be a special on the menu. That would make me, I would be thrilled.
Or if he would order it, if I was
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so we'll figure out exactly how to word it out, but we'll have our good friend Lee from Ruth's Chris come in. The NBA Finals are tonight, Matt Hamilton. Game 5.
Whoop. And I'm guessing it's 3-1.
It is, and if they win, then I was proving out. You thought that Miami was taking one back in Miami. I thought we'll see. It's not over yet, but I thought Game 2, Denver just didn't show up. And they still almost beat Miami and Denver.
And then apparently Game 4, it was like a B- Denver team that still was able to get it done.
They had Jokic.
Again, I didn't watch it. Yeah. I was not watching it, but that's what I've kind of heard.
The Joker,
consensus.
the fouls on Joker 4 and 5 were horrendous, and he was out for a good 5-6 minutes in the fourth quarter, and Denver was able to hold off Miami, and you knew that was it. Yeah. Because when he came in, then that was that, and the game was over. So I think it'll be wrapped up tonight, which then gets you into NBA offseason, which will get wild. Fred VanVleet from Rockford, playing for the Toronto Raptors right now, has already turned down his option. We're waiting to see what Chris Middleton will do as far as his player option. So it will heat up quickly as far as the NBA offseason.
I'm excited. The Bucks are in such a interesting position. You've got a team that, in my opinion, is good enough to get you to where you want to go. You can get to a finals, probably win it with this team. You've got Giannis. You've got a good enough core that has enough chemistry where I think they can get it done. You have a new coach with kind of a different mentality than your last coach. Giannis is, he's got a year or two left on his contract. This is a big year. This is a big offseason for the Bucks. It's going to be super interesting to see how they attack this offseason and how Giannis is going to react to what they do and how fans are going to react to it, because Bucks fans, they love Middleton, they love Holiday, and they love Giannis. If we have to get rid of one of them, it's not going to sit super easy right away with Bucks fans. So it's going to be a heated one, and I hope the Bucks are very active this offseason.
Also, we're going to have to be Badger basketball fans this year.
Let's go.
We talked to Tyler Wall, obviously, last week, and Chucky Hepburn. Those interviews are available at Wisconsin On Demand, Apple, Spotify, and those great places. That's brought to you by our good friends at Revive Restoration. You have smoke or water damage. You have mold remediation needs.
Asbestos. They do asbestos.
That's right. Go to revivepros.com. But then also, I got to hang out with Connor Segan and AJ Storr. I talked a little walk and talk on the way out. They were up at the AmFam Championship. They were hanging out with some of the kids from the American Family Children's Hospital, doing great things up there, the players were, and giving some joy to those kids' lives. And then on the way out, I just happened to look to my right, and there was Tyler, so I reintroduced myself.
You're a nice guy and people like you.
Yes. I said, hey, Tyler, remember me? I'm Jim Rutledge with ESPN. He said, hey, how's it going? It seemed like it was only a couple days ago, I would imagine that. I'd linger there. And then he introduced me to AJ. AJ Storr, the transfer from St. John's. Kid looks like he's ready for Big Ten play. And then Connor Segan was the other player. But my favorite part was I heard AJ Storr turn to Connor Segan and say, how do you say your last name again? So they are a very friendly group, and that makes it tough. So they got to be good this year. This is Rutledge and Hamilton. Scalzo and Bruss coming up next. We're presented by America's favorite beer, Coors Light.
See ya. I thought you got stumbled again. Here for Iron Jock. Believe it or not, being an Olympic curler takes a lot of practice time on the ice. And despite always being cool, I still work up a sweat. That's why I love Iron Jock and their no-stink technology. Silver Iron technology is the how behind why it works, and that is about as technical as I can get with it. What I do know is that if I'm on the ice or just wanting to look good, I know Iron Jock has t-shirts, polos, and hoodies for me. Support this Wisconsin-based company today and get gear at ironjoc.com. That's ironjoc.com.
Hi, this is Dave Kane. You're listening to Madison's Home of the Bucks, a good Karma brand radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. I'm Ryan Wollersheim, and this is your SportsCenter update brought to you by Trapper's Turn, a masterpiece by Andy North and Roger Packard featuring award-winning golf in the Wisconsin Dells. Make your tee time today at trappersturn.com. And speaking of golf, a big hometown win at the American Family Insurance Championship this past weekend. Tournament host and Wisconsin native Steve Stricker won with a -18 on the weekend. That's his 4th tournament win of the season and his 15th ever on the PGA Champions Tour. A big congratulations to Steve and everyone over at the American Family Insurance Championship this past weekend. The Green Bay Packers finish up their early off-season sessions with their mini camp this week. That'll run from Tuesday through Thursday. They'll be off then until later on in the summer when training camp resumes. Make sure to stay up to date over at ESPNWisconsin.com on everything green and gold heading into the 2023 season. The Milwaukee Brewers were swept at home over the weekend by perhaps the worst team in baseball, the Oakland A's. They lost 8-6 on Sunday, and now they sit 34 and 32 in the NL Central, still right behind the Pittsburgh
Metro
Pirates.
Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
For your sports talk fix every day from 4 to 6, it's Scalzo and Brust. For your sports talk fix every day.